What up? What up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I am your host, A.D. Walker. I appreciate you guys for rocking and hanging with us. Yeah, welcome to another edition. It is game time and chat time. Let's see. It's always something I want to chat about. And I was watching uh, a documentary on a very interesting gentleman. Blessings, Lisa. Thank you for sharing. Make sure you share. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. And if you're not part of our text community, make sure you join our text community. Text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. Never miss a broadcast. Uh, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Um, Something on my brain. But yeah. So I was watching a YouTube documentary. I like to make that clear and specific because there's a different level of research and production that goes into YouTube documentaries, which they're stepping up. A lot of people are taking time to really put like music and narration and great pictures and not just straight talking to you, trying to make it look like the Discovery Channel, which is cool, just to kind of keep you interested because sometimes like this documentary is like an hour and some change, and he's talking about um Charles Charles Ponzi, and it's pretty interesting some of the stuff he's speaking of. Um, you know, and like I said, it's a YouTube documentary, so of course he's done his research as much as he could, uh and it's pretty interesting, it's interesting. And as it's stuff like I've never heard before as far as Charles. I didn't know like I knew a lot about the gentleman anyway, but we my first, of course, exposure to the word Ponzi or Ponzi scheme was, of course, Bernie Madoff, um, and understanding um, what it was. And it's funny, with it called Ponzi. You thought Charles Ponzi was the first to ever do it, but based on this YouTube, he was like, nah, it just was called robbing Peter to pay Paul. We've heard that term before. He said before they called it the Ponzi scheme because I'm sure he was the biggest um, at the time. I don't know. I don't know if Madoff beat him. I've not gotten to the end of this, but apparently Charles been ran his scheme for quite a bit of time. He actually got a minority seat on a bank, uh, a company, a bank's shareholder or board from this scheme. Like this accumulated that much money, and you always wonder, right? Um, you know, was it his intentions to rob because he had this crazy scheme that he never really got off the ground, but was the thing that everybody bought into. But he constantly was trying to take the money, of course, living lavishly. I'm point that out while living lavishly, but he was trying to take the money and invest in things that'll generate the returns that he promised. Because that was the problem. And if you ever watched American Greed, great show, great show. A lot of times it's returns that are just astronomical. That's why people buy in because they're like incredible returns. They're never really modest. And if you ever watched American Greed, there are some that were like decent, um, very, very attainable returns in that space. It just was some were total Ponzi's where there was no investment, kind of like Madoff, and they were just every old investor were getting paid by new investors because that's the Ponzi scheme method. Old investors get paid by new investors, you know, um, while being lied to. Like everything's great, we're good, we're profitable. See there, I got you money. You know, um, but of course, in this, and like a lot of people, he was promising like a 50% return, like almost like not almost like 100%, because it's like a doubling of money coming in. And people, if you have return like that and you invest in me, and I tell you in 90 days, your money doubles, you know, and it's continuous, would you take it out? Or would you if you could, you let the interest sit and let it double and let it double. You're like, who wouldn't want, you know, my my interest to become my principal, which, helps increase my interest. know, that's just business sense if you don't need the money immediately. So, that's kind of how a lot of people got caught up. But it's kind of interesting how he let's see, boom, boom, boom. Let's put that up there. It's interesting how, he did that. People believed him, and it's like it seemed like it's starting to unravel. People are starting to question a little bit. A gentleman that just bought a newspaper, he's like looking into it. He said, "Don't make sense." Some economic folks is like, these returns is kind of astronomical. It's impossible for him to offer this kind of returns. Um, and I always wondered, right? I said all that to say this. And I think Pastor may be coming through, or maybe just me today. Um, I always think to myself, what if a lot of businesses were like Ponzi's? And what I mean, so they weren't out to con or scheme, right? But they're a regular business. Let's just say investment. They're an investment business, and it gets hard. And you pick some bad deals, you lose momentum, you lose credibility. So instead of doing that, I lie, I Ponzi my business to get me through this hard time, right? If I can float it long enough where profits really return, because sometimes some Ponzi's aren't based on offering astronomical profits. They're just lying about the returns. Like, I'm losing money every month. You don't know that because what I'm showing you looks like we're gaining. And then you can actually see it in your account. If you ask for money, of course, I give it to you, but you're not getting profit. You're getting money from new investors that have agreed to keep their money in for for a certain amount of time. See how it works? But, and I'm floating it while I'm going through this rough time while still looking good, looking like I'm beating the market. Make sense? And then when the market adjusts and everything gets better, now I'm actually giving you real profit. And no one knows the wiser. Why? Why? Because everyone's still getting their money. No one's lost. You understand what I'm saying? I broke the law though. Don't get it twisted. I've lied. I've broken several SEC laws. So, and it's so I've been kind of thinking about that. Like, which companies have gone through adjustments, have changed some things, have lied, and just were able to float and then turn things around, right? Could you imagine someone that started right before the depression, or could you imagine someone that started uh, right before the housing crisis, and now, they was able to turn around? Because think about it, right? If I can convince you that money's still being made and you don't pull it out during the housing crisis, I'm taking all this money that's coming in and I'm buying houses on the cheap, right? And I'm able to actually turn the investments around. So I think about that. I've been really pondering that, like, who has actually probably broken the law, but has been able to turn it around, and no one really knows the wiser, And even if you find out, I guess, is it wrong? Is it wrong? You know, it's like, is it legally, can it be legally held accountable? You know, because it's happened. Because I'm sure the SEC know, these folks know. They know. They know. Listen, they floated, but look, everybody's profiting. No one lost out. That was the key. No one lost out. And I'm sure minority people might have asked for money. but they found ways to hold them back, and I think some of it may be, some of the guys didn't live a lavish lifestyle. They just lived modest so they can afford to keep it afloat. They can afford to push it. So I always just wondered about that. And we're going to talk about that and some more. All right. So maybe just me. It looks, you know what it is. And, happy Friday and happy Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. So yeah, we're going to have a great conversation today. All right, let's go ahead and kick this off, and I'll be back.
I want to welcome you to the Brothers of Legacy broadcast, where we are changing our community one conversation at a time, every day.
We are creating a new legacy.
Change gon' come, change gon' come, change gon' come, change gon' come, change gon' come.
A co-op has to start with ownership. Right. We have a mindset of either I want to make a lot of money or survive. Make a bunch of money or I got to figure out how to survive.
When you have a real bond, when everyone has, we come in with real expectations. Because this is covenant.
The whole premise is that we as a people, with our money and time, aren't often making this general possible, often vested in the legacy.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. All right, so it may not be game time to chat today, so we're just gonna chat a little bit. I also had another thought, right? As I had my thoughts, I'm gonna type them up. It's Freestyle Friday. Let's see. Relationship. All right, perspective. Let's see. All right, let's see. Yeah, boy. Hopefully I wrote that right. All right, let's go. Hey, Pastor. Good morning.
Morning.
I was setting my mind to just chat today. No game, just chat. So I started talking about I was watching a YouTube documentary. I always like to make that clear where I'm getting my information from. A YouTube documentary on Charles Ponzi. The
Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, Ponzi scheme. They named after and it's funny because watching the documentary, he was saying, Charles Ponzi isn't the originator of the Ponzi scheme. He said before then it was called robbing Peter to pay Paul. that's what he said. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I was wondering, right? Like, the whole Ponzi scheme thing is basically, I tell you, this is the return. These are the high returns that you're going to get, or whatever returns. And of course, instead of whatever I'm investing in working out, I'm basically paying you with new money coming in. So it looks like, oh yeah, all is well, because that's
find other people like you,
right, to
give them the same story. And when you look for a return, I give you what they've given me.
Right. Basically.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, and he had, and based on the documentary, he seemed like he was legitimately trying to run a profitable business that just wasn't working. And so I thought in my head, are there others that have done the same thing, right? But they were able to run a profit, and no one knew the wiser.
It happens every day.
Right. You just don't need it to collapse. Like, I'm sure people,
which is why you have to watch It's a Wonderful Life. I'm telling you. The
How did we
movie
get
was
back
made
there?
the movie was made in 1946,
Right.
and you will see just how scary it can be when people try to make a run on the bank,
Right.
and all
Right.
you're trying to do is keep your doors open.
Right. Right.
So you'll take money from other places, you know,
Right.
to satisfy people,
Right.
but keep them invested.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
And for you, it's like just until I can get over the hump, just until I can
Right.
get past
Yeah.
6 o'clock, keep the
Right. Right.
doors open. Just until I get past the 30th, just until I can
Right.
get past this audit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me hold, 1.5 million,
Right.
and we'll put 2 points on it just so I can get through this audit.
Right.
The SEC is coming.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Happens every day. It's happening right now today. Well, they off today.
Right. Right. Yeah, those folks are off. Right. You're right.
Yeah.
At that level, yeah, they ain't working. They ain't working.
Right.
Matter of fact, they've been off since Christmas. They'll be back in January. Right. Right.
But if it's a 401k on a personal level, why you think
Right.
you can go into your 401k and take a loan from yourself
Right.
when,
Right. Right. So yeah, so basically I get long as I don't know. Well, okay, so where's the well, obviously the trouble is, when when you're trying to keep afloat and things like the financial crisis happen, everyone's like, yeah, I can't give you no money. I can't loan you no money. I ain't got it to give, like, wait, so what I've been doing is gonna crumble. I can't give you no money. Like, everything. Listen, I can't improve nothing. I think that's when a lot of the systems crumble and everybody that was doing, like you're saying, doing the float, that's when things fall apart. I think this happened. It happened in the pandemic too, because a lot of people that have been floating, like a lot of construction projects, the floating that just was normal business. Now it's like, nah, I'm not loaning. We can't loan anything because there's no assurance that we're gonna get paid.
we operate in a government that has thought, in order to get ahead, print more money.
Right, right, right,
You don't have anything to secure the money.
right,
You have the assets to give the money value.
right,
But if you can print more,
right. Just to keep us
and the more
afloat.
you print without the value, the less the money's worth.
Worth. Right. Yeah,
I mean, it's the foundation of America.
it is.
How
I
can we
mean,
be the greatest country in the world and we're more indebted than any other country in the world?
right, right. We are the
We're
great
a
Ponzi.
living, breathing MasterCard.
Right. Right. You're right. Yeah, that is the truth. That is the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. He said that's why. What's up, Richard? Said that's why companies should have a crisis fund, ring fenced as you would have an acquisition fund. Oh, you're talking about a
We have
crisis
that.
fund? Yeah. Huh?
They do have that.
Yeah.
You know, we call it petty cash.
Right.
Always keep a little extra cash
Yeah,
around
right.
for emergency
Right.
purposes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Oh man. Oh, let's see. What was that? I was typing something else and what was I put in there? Oh, relationship perspectives. Do you think the internet has ruined relationship perspectives? Like there's so much. I think it's an overload of information of so many different perspectives on relationships. Like at least before they were kind of like authorities on relationships that you heard from, that you've seen more of, but now it's just everybody's perspective, everybody's opinion, based on their few relationships or the few people around their circle in relationships. Or do you think it's opened it up to some more truth?
I think it's a combination of all of the above.
Okay.
One thing that I like, I still struggle with hosting.
Okay.
Still.
Relationship advice paralysis. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't, I don't go live personally.
Right. Right.
You don't see me go live
Never.
ever. I'm live with you.
Yeah.
I'm live in church service,
Right.
but I don't just go online and start expressing.
Right. Right.
I don't do it, and again, it's just a personality thing.
Right.
But I would say that from a relationship perspective, more information has been gathered because you've learned that there are other people like you.
Mm,
You know, you don't feel so alone.
right.
But at the same time, the internet has shown you, gosh, I had no idea so many people were lonely.
Right. Right.
So
That's
it's
true.
giving you access to other people who may be going through some of the same things you're going. Like I said, it shrunk the world,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. That's true.
But I also said, and we talked about this a week or so ago, that people want to put the best of their life on social media,
Yeah.
on the internet, right?
Yep.
But that's not their whole life. It's
No.
just the best of it. You get a snapshot.
Right.
And the mistake that I think people make is they take the snapshot and
That's
make
a whole
that
life.
the expected reality
Right.
of daily life.
Right. Yep.
But anybody living in Jamaica except Jamaicans.
Right. And it don't look like the Jamaican that people posted.
Right. That's posted.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, it puts vacation season on your mind,
Right.
but that's not the lifestyle for the
Right.
average person. And so you just have to keep things in perspective. And the problem is people leverage the internet, but it causes them to lose perspective on reality.
Right.
And in relationship building, it does the same thing. But there's some great input, great content on relationship building and strengthening your relationship on the
Yeah,
internet. There's also
definitely.
some destructive,
Destructive.
distorted,
Yeah.
polluted messaging.
Definitely. Definitely.
But who's to say what's right or what's wrong?
Right.
Again, it's a
Right.
matter of what fits.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. It's
Now,
funny
I
you
don't
said-
like it. Again, this is the Book of Brian. I don't,
Definitely. Definitely. It's funny you said it about the whole.
I don't
living in
own the
Jamaica.
rights to this music.
It's so silly. Oh, that you talk about, the Jamaican pictures, going to Jamaica or those that live in Jamaica. I remember I was driving the guy. He's from the Virgin Islands. And I was like, oh man, the Virgin. He's like, yeah, think about what you see. He said, no, I didn't grow up in that. He said, I grew up in the hood. he said, well, you had to watch your back.
Yeah.
Where you got robbed. He said, my girl want to go. He said, that's why I'm taking her to the hood. She ain't gonna never want to go back.
I saw someone video a guy in Jamaica
Right.
do back handsprings, backflips. He did
Right.
like all the way down the street.
Wow.
Like, I don't know, it could have been 20 back handsprings in a row.
Right. Right.
And you're like,
Right.
and I'm like, yeah, but what y'all don't realize is he wants you to put some money in the hat.
Yes.
And then you go, oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yes.
No, he's trying to eat.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Yes.
you don't realize he learned to do this. Like
Right,
he's
he
not trying to break
practices.
a record. He's
Right.
trying to eat.
Eat. Right.
That's crazy.
Right. Yeah.
You
No,
know?
you're right. That's true. Trying to anything just to like either entertainment value, just trying to bring some value so you can eat. You're right. Yes, indeed. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Yeah. I remember those on the being on the subway in New York, the dancers, they come through, they do their thing.
Like,
And what
who's
you-
such an artist? No,
And hey, listen, at the end they got the hat out. They got the hat out.
yeah.
Like you love, share. You love, give. But yeah, that is the truth. All right. Let's see. I have a game. It's a long game. That's a long game. I need some more folk. Well, I got Lisa. We can play. Let's see. This is a public library online trivia. This is some general knowledge. Let's see. I'm not getting any love. I need y'all to do me a favor. all those that are listening. Listen, make sure you share, make sure you tag. I don't know, Facebook's not showing me any love today, or I'm not sure what's going down. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a quick break and I'm gonna try to see if I can do some extra sharing. But maybe it's New Year's Eve. Everybody might be sleeping in for tonight.
They are, man. I didn't realize today this is the day off.
My bad.
This is an official holiday for me. Can't play on the road. So Lisa's
okay.
on the road. Be safe, Lisa. Where are you
Yes,
going?
be safe. Where you going? Where you going, Lisa? Well, maybe tell us.
Oh yeah, I'm saying be safe, and then I want her to text you.
Right. Tell us exactly where you at. Let the world know.
Describe your surroundings. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
All right. I didn't realize. You know what? I didn't think about the fact. It said quiet night of quiet reflection and thought. Okay.
Oh,
Going
where's
home.
home for Lisa? She
Jamaica.
has she been out of town or is she going she going home?
I don't know. Don't answer that.
Oh.
You going home? Lisa's gonna be home. Don't try to come see you. Don't try to come see you. All right. Oh, yeah. I'm with you, Rich. That's gonna be our night. We're gonna be kind of in the house, counting it down, watching something drop, and us and the kids gonna be, hey, okay, bedtime. I'll probably be up, maybe up, half sleep. We'll see. Yeah, we're not going anywheres. So let's see. We got relationship perspective. We talked about Ponzi's. Because let's see. Do you think people start like? Do you think people have ill intentions with Ponzi schemes, or do you think most have good intention? They just go bad and they try to do the pay Peter to pay Paul mentality and hoping that they can pull it together. Because, like I said, watching this documentary, the guy was kind of describing it. He was like, he didn't feel like Charles Ponzi was trying to be a crook. He just was trying, because Charles Ponzi actually got on the board of a bank because he actually used his money to buy enough shares to get on the board of a bank, So he looked like he was trying to do stuff, but at the same time, he was living lavishly, because this was his dream to always live lavishly. Because he's talked to his wife, I want to live lavish. This is where I want us to live, and the wife was like, I'm cool with a small house, just us. That's what based on this documentary. And so he was trying to live lavishly, but he still was trying to bring in a profit so he can stop.
Well, think about Bernie Madoff.
Right, but it looked like he didn't invest in anything, though. Wasn't that the deal? He didn't invest in anything.
No, he was trying to in the beginning.
Okay.
In the very beginning, he didn't open up as a crook. He just got caught up.
Right.
He tried to hold something together that had died.
It was a long time ago. He was
trying to hold on to a lifestyle for him, for his family.
Right.
And survival of the fittest happened.
Wow.
And it got so deep that when the first card fell, the house of cards came down.
Right.
Right. But that's normally what it is, right? I mean, what do you think happened with Enron?
Well, yeah. They got.
What do you think happened with the .com industry, the failure of the .com industry back in the early 2000s?
But yeah. They just
exactly
like
what it was.
Enron was MCI did the same. They were hiding their debts.
Telecommunication, everybody was hiding their debt, and they were inflating their projections.
Right.
To
float.
And then so many people got caught up in that. I mean, people lost. Like there were people who were, multimillionaires on Monday and were flat broke by Wednesday.
Right.
Like flat broke. Losing their $2.3 million home up in the hills.
Yeah.
And not a place to live.
Right.
I mean, it was, I was in California. I was working in the Bay Area.
Wow.
And it was horrible.
Oh, wow.
Like I knew people that had in their mind $1 million in stock.
Okay.
And then they were unemployed.
Right.
with no retirement. Like I knew people.
Wow.
It's crazy
Wow.
because I was in
Wow.
telecom.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
MCI was a competitor.
Right. Right.
You
Right.
know,
Right. Right.
yeah,
Right.
it was crazy. It was crazy.
Wow.
So, and all of that was because, executives, wanted their stock to increase so
Right.
they would inflate their projections and all that stuff. And sales didn't hit the projections. And so
Right.
the investors started questioning.
Right.
It was insane. It was insane.
Right. Oh, Rich with the random. Let's see which male biblical character mix of three guys would you be? Oh, he said me, Daniel, David, and Isaiah.
Hey, listen, I have been Daniel, I have been David, I've been Isaiah, I've been Peter. So that's why I love the scripture because I can find myself everywhere.
Everywhere, right? Right.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. So we ain't gonna hold you guys long because everybody's chilling out today. So we're gonna wrap it up. I appreciate you guys for rocking and being with us all week long. And if you're
All
listening
year long.
all year, sorry, yeah, all year, all year. And definitely look forward to seeing you guys next year. what, what, what did he say every this is the last show of the year. You won't see me ever again this year.
Yeah.
Oh, you said you wouldn't want to be Judas. He gets a bad rap. Hey,
Judas
listen.
was a victim of circumstance,
Yeah,
but he
yeah,
had to he paid the price.
yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Yes, indeed. All right.
But
So
like, it's
thank you.
it's been a great year. I
Yes,
want to commend you, brother, for your consistency, your fortitude, your endurance. I can't even imagine the number of times that you wanted to call in and cancel because your brain was foggy. Like, what do I talk about today? Lord, give me something,
right,
and you were able to come up with something and pull it through.
right.
All of the orchestration that comes with putting this together, man. I commend you. I know that
Appreciate
you're
it.
preparing your strategy for next year to be bigger, broader, better, more
Definitely,
effective, more impactful, with the topics that you come up with the people that you're bringing on.
definitely.
And my prayer for you is that your network will continue to grow, and
Amen.
turn into something that you can capitalize on to have the impact that
Yeah,
you look to have. And
definitely.
and what's amazing is, the impact that Brothers of Legacy has already had
Right.
cannot be measured. It's
Yeah,
immeasurable.
yeah.
And that's the great part about it. And so you're true to the fact that God said one can set 1,000 to flight and two 10,000, because
Right.
that's the type of impact that BOL has had since its beginning. And I'm saying even just in 2021. So I
Right.
speak prosperity in every area of your life, man. And I
Appreciate
speak
it.
that not only for you, but even for all of those that have been faithful
Yeah,
to participating,
definitely,
engaging with
definitely.
Brothers of Legacy, Richard Fay, Lisa,
Yeah,
uh, my mom, Aunt Sam, Cheryl, the multiple Cheryls,
right.
Deborah, you know,
Right.
Shanae,
Yeah,
Mark, my brother, so many people, Mark and
yeah,
Kaneem and
yeah.
Ephraim and
From yeah.
all the brothers that have been on here.
Mhm.
It has been an absolutely remarkable experience. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm saying
No,
up to this point, it has been a remarkable experience, man. And you should be proud, bro, of the things that you've accomplished. And even to the people that are listening, all of you should be proud
right.
of your engagement, your participation, because you've helped
Right.
grow
You have
AD Walker. You've helped
definitely.
grow me as an
Yeah,
individual. And I'm
I
sure that
appreciate it.
I don't want to speak for anybody else, but I think that everybody that has been on this platform has grown as a result of it. So I speak blessings and favor to each and every person connected to Brothers of Legacy.
I appreciate you, man. I
Thank you for
appreciate you
letting
for
me be a
being on.
part.
Oh, no problem, man. I've always been excited that you said yes. Oh,
Ashley
hey,
and Ashley Collins.
Ashley Collins in the building.
Thank you, Ashley.
Yes. So yeah, it's been awesome. A lot coming down the pike, trying to work some things out, get some more guests on here, step up my game with some certified folk, trying to get some professionals, more professional, less opinionated. But definitely I appreciate all my brothers, like I said, from Ephraim to Kaneem to Mark, and all my brothers that's been on to Cole, being on there
Old
as well.
Johnson.
Cole
Yes,
Johnson,
sir.
the statistics sports dude that just listen, he that dude, you just gotta be ready.
And the
What up, Cole?
gamer
Look at
on
that.
Friday, the Friday
Yeah.
gamer. Cole,
Yes.
there he is.
Cole in the building. Yeah, all of that. It's been awesome. In a great year, great couple of years. We got more in store, trying to build and grow. And I appreciate you guys supporting, all y'all coming on. Cause I mean, I'm serious. Like, you guys could sit in here with me for an hour. There's so much you could be watching, but you rocking with me. Right, Cole. We're just talking about you. Oh man, appreciate and Richard always pushing and questioning and hey, Common keeping us on our toes, even throwing some randoms, just to throw us off a little bit. We appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, Richard, man, for real. And I thank you guys. Like, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to me. Oh, there we go. Made it home. There we go. Thank God.
Awesome, awesome,
You all continue
awesome.
pouring out wisdom and knowledge. Appreciate you, Lisa. And Lisa rocking from day one.
Day
Day one.
one,
And we used to get a name
day 15, day 50, day
Yes,
69,
indeed.
day
Yes, indeed.
103, day 364.
Right. Right. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for always being here, always being supportive. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing. It gives me purpose. It gives me purpose. And Richard, that you have tapped on to exactly what I do. I love the jazz hip hop combo. So don't worry. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It's been a while since I've made some good beats. So I'm kind of like nervous to just put stuff out there. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it. All right. So I appreciate you guys again. Thank you for being a part. If you're not part of the text community in the room, I doubt it, because you've been here enough. You on our tech community. Text LW into 84576. All right. So you guys make sure, enjoy your night. If you're going out, be safe. Matter of fact, don't go out. Don't even go out. Just hang out somewhere. Do some virtual online something somewhere. Somebody's doing it virtually online. Go to somebody's New Year's party or service.
Remember that,
Yes.
your next level is not on somebody else's lips.
Right. There we go.
Don't wait for somebody to tell you what your next level is.
Yes.
Don't
Yes.
look externally for
Yeah.
something that God has put inside of you
Right.
already.
There you go.
Please know that. Please know
Yeah.
that. Because there's nobody that's going to preach tonight at midnight.
Right.
There's no enrichment speaker on some platform that should be able to tell you what's already inside you.
Right. Right.
You know you got it.
Yeah.
So activate it.
Definitely.
Your let me say it one more time, Ashley. Your next level is not on the lips of somebody else. That's a fact.
Yep. There it is.
That's a fact.
Take that. And we'll see you guys next year. Be safe always. And definitely, like tonight, like I said, be safe. Don't go out unless you really have to. Someone's really pushing, hey, let's go hang out. But be careful. Be safe. Crazy stuff always happens at the end of the year. Let's see. Hey, good morning, Kathy. And Kathy in the building.
And Kathy.
Yes.
And Kathy.
From Periscope.
Yes.
Let's
May the
see.
favor of God rest on each and every individual
Yes.
connected to Brothers of Legacy and your families. May the favor of God rest on your vision, your strategy, your tactical
next year.
approach, your finances, your health. May the glory of God, the favor of God rest in every area of your lives coming out of 2021 and into 2022 and throughout
Indeed.
2022. In Jesus' name.
She said, love that. Yes. All right, guys. I will see you guys next year. Peace out. as always, we love you. Know that God loves you more. Stay safe. Thank you guys for rocking, hanging, being. Make sure to share.